live. Once again, it's your boy, Elvis Dua, aka DJ More Life. Today's topic is about how to become an expert in relationships. You know, relationships, there are many various types. And of course, we're going to be discussing, you know, the importance of, you know, having a great relationship or developing a great relationship because, I mean, relationships changes your life drastically once you're involved in it. And, you know, a lot of people don't realize the time it takes, you know, and the effort that you put in the relationships. So being able to pick the right particular individual, if it's an intimate relationship, you know, girlfriend, boyfriend, you know, husband and wife, especially, you know, husband and wife, because that is very important. You know, how you pick your life partner, because your life partner is supposed to be on your side. It's supposed to grind with you, you know, go through the trenches with you, because, I mean, the trenches, right, is where, you know, the growth happens, where, you know, the evolution of expertise is where you learn how to become an expert. You know, life advice is something that you gotta take as time goes. Sometimes, you know, you can learn from others' relationship, right? You can learn what took place, because sometimes people may think that they have a gold position. However, later on they realize that they rushed into the relationship, and in fact it was worse than even before, because the person did not take time to analyze the purpose of the relationship. You know, because of course it has to benefit you, right? And sometimes people, right, connect with the wrong set of people in the relationship, and then later on find out that it was pretend. There's so many situations and incidents like this in society today. So what happens is people spend all their time and effort. People spend all their time and effort, but they get no results. My advice to anybody that, you know, if you're already in a relationship or if you're getting into our next relationship, is to find a purpose. What is the reason why you're talking to this specific individual? Because if it's not a good enough reason other than, you know, feeling sorry for, you know, the situation and, you know, the circumstances, then my suggestion is it's not important enough to go forward, because you can't get into a relationship with anybody if you feel sorry for them, because it's not true love. It's fake, you know, fiction. Something that, you know, it's going to reveal itself, the truth, right? So, relationship advice number 2 is, do you guys agree on the same religion, or do you agree on something else? Because some people can say that they believe in something, but a lot of times they could be taught wrong. And or a lot of times they're just saying it just so they can be close to you. because people would lie to be in a relationship with people, especially if they see they have money, right? So a lot of relationships in society takes place mainly because of what? The type of things that, one side could do for the other, right? So get into a relationship with somebody of your own class, of your own caliber. Because if you don't, what happens is your intellect cannot grow anymore. It hits a ceiling, right? And so at times, since your intellect is finding it more difficult to grow, right? Everything becomes stagnant and it becomes boring because you cannot have an intellectual conversation with, your partner or any one that you're involved in the relationship with. These things don't tend to happen a lot. See what I'm saying? Advice number 3 is get into a relationship. When you are in a relationship, find out, right, the purpose, the main purpose. What is your goals? Because you can't be in a divided relationship where, one side think that they're by themselves. Only if things don't go right, they're by themselves. When things go right, and they're not by themselves. It's like they involve themselves in the relationship only for the good times. When it's bad, nowhere to be found. Right? And so these things don't take place on a regular basis. See what I'm saying? Advice number 4 is you get into a relationship, understand that, the support system, right? So your support system is encouragement on what you want to do, right? Or what the decision of connecting with each other. Because if there's no support and there's always sort of like an agenda to keep you stagnant, because they don't want the individuals to rise. Because if they rise, right, they might discover that in fact they shouldn't have, been with somebody much more like their class. Right? So understand that these things take place on a regular basis. And understand that not everybody that you see that is shiny and glitter, or, maybe you've seen that they, their features might impress you or something like that, right? My advice is look past that. Because you see, features age. But knowledge and intellect is something that helps bring peace. And if that is very difficult to express, then it's sort of, a relationship cannot grow. You see what I'm saying? So really understand the purpose of the relationship, other than just, having relations, sexual relations, because that's not good enough. Some people's goal is just, get close to you to keep you down, right? Because if you're growing, that creates a next form of issue. Why? Because they don't want you to have peace if they're not at peace. So there are many things that people can look out for or take as advice, because, if you're a very talented individual and you have somebody that, don't see the value in you, no matter what you are trying to do, then perhaps the best thing to do is find that individual that actually supports you in what you're doing. Because if they support you, you don't have to say it. You will know. You know, if they really support what you're doing, because the progress is, if you're growing, then the people that are close to you is supposed to also grow with you. But not everybody is like that. We all know the story of Judas. Look what Jesus did. He did everything and explained everything and helped Judas. But Judas still betrayed for just pennies. See what I'm saying? So sometimes understand the people that you connect with, because that is very important to your progress of tomorrow. You know, life has its ups and downs, of course. There are so many different avenues. But preparation is key, because the journey is swift and it's a long journey. So not everybody is, qualified to be called like a wifey or anything like that. Sometimes they're just, they're not qualified simply because they don't have that kind of ability. You see what I'm saying? Those are the times you have to realize that maybe you took a wrong type of, direction. See what I'm saying? Because at the beginning of any relationship, know that that section of the relationship is it's nothing. Because real relationship takes a lot of time, right? So I urge anybody, if they're going to get into any type of new relationship or anything, what they should do is connect, right? Find out who this person really is, how they are, what type of attitude they carry, how they are in the long run, what their tendencies is. Can you really, connect with this individual, or is it just about having sex? See what I'm saying? All these things you have to consider, because not everybody is a wifey. For me, what I found out is a lot of women want to be a wife, but they're just not raised that way. You see what I'm saying? And so they have like a rebellion type of attitude towards change, towards, progress. And so they expect you to be able to always be prepared and never have a flaws. But they should always have, right? But just remember, men appreciate when they're getting older. Women depreciate when they're getting older, right? So these things happen. So understand the type of relationship that you're getting into, because not everybody you can connect with. Some people, when you link up with them, no matter what you try to do, you can't progress, because their vibrations are too negative for you to progress. So you can't really do much. You see what I'm saying? And maybe it's a curse that they have, or it's a curse that, is coming around. But you have to also spiritually strengthen yourself. See what I'm saying? Life, knowledge. Relationships, you have to see who is beneficial and who's not beneficial. You know? So right now, what I'm saying is analyze the type of relationship you're getting into. Don't analyze it with emotions. If you do, you will come up with the wrong answer. And observe, watch the person you're with, because most likely they can turn around and deceive you because you're thinking maybe, oh, you're with them, they're not going to do anything. But sometimes they're actually the one that's bringing you down. See what I'm saying? Maybe of jealousy or rage, or they're thinking, okay, if me and him or he and her is not together, then perhaps, I can make him stalk or I can make her stalk, and, they will never get around that loop. You see what I'm saying? People do tend to do that often. People that no matter what you do, because you have done things that they can never do, right? It starts off with jealousy, or you're doing something that's going to show that is beneficial. And their mentality is they want to stop your progress, right? They would like to see you not do anything with yourself so that, they can say, yo, you came to Canada, or you had so many things, but when you met me, nothing went on and you never recovered, right? But you have to show them that you're more powerful than their ill behavior. You have to show them that you're on a higher level than them. See what I'm saying? Remember, find the person that's on your same caliber intellectually, right? Don't go by physical body. Flesh depreciates. But mentality and spirituality are two very important things that you must really consider getting into a relationship. Because if you are spiritually strong and somebody else pretend that they're strong, right? Later on, when it comes to protecting your children, praying for your children, protecting, the family, they're not going to be of help. They're just pretenders, so they just tell you anything in order for, you to ignore. But we all know a true family, a true relationship seals with spirituality. In order for your mentality to be capable or okay, you have to have a stronger spirituality. You have to understand. That's how life is. People think that they know better. But when time comes, it will show. You know what I mean? Relationships, couples relationship nowadays is hard to find, like a real genuine one. Because most people are busy trying to think that they can get the next best thing, or they think they can get a better solution, right? Just remember, don't get into a relationship because of emotions or sorrows, or you left your last relationship and you felt like you had to get a new relationship in order to fix the old relationship. Because the same problems that took place in the last relationship will follow you to the next one. It happens like that. Relationship has to be past sex. You see what I'm saying? Grown women know that. See? That's what I'm saying. Me, what I need is a true, spontaneous intellect grown woman. Not old, but you're intellectual. You could be young and intellectual and very smart, but I need one that's not going to be jealous of me, but supportive of me, because I have so much creations, but yet I don't have nobody really to share with, right? Nobody that really supports me. Everybody, like, tries to, turn their back or something like that, right? So that's what I'm looking for, because, I mean, my previous relationships are not good. They're no good because my mistake was I jumped into a relationship, right? Feeling sorry, right? Trying to fix things. Bending over backwards, doing all kinds of things to fix it. Not knowing that it was a waste of time. That in fact, by doing those things, I went backwards, right? Losing sleep, not figuring out that, in fact, me feeling sorry for an individual to make everything solid was the wrong thing to do. See what I'm saying? So you have to know when to throw in the towel, because it will affect you. Right now, I'm saying this because I thought I had support for what I'm doing as a musician. You see what I'm saying? Or my career as not just a musician, I do all kinds of different things. Yes, I'm up and coming. However, why stop when I have put in so much effort? Why stop when it's beneficial? It will be beneficial for my children. Why stop when the world has changed so drastically and everything is moving virtually? Do you see what I'm saying? But when you have an individual that wants to stop your progress, they don't want to see you do well, it shows that haters are always, no matter what, even when you show them, you could show them, they won't, they won't do anything. They're still jealous. They would like you to fail so you can watch them progress. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta watch out for many of these things, because these things take place drastically in society, day in and day out. You might say, well, you're just talking, why do you rant about relationships, and why is it so important? It's important because that's all you have. The whole reason why you're alive is for relationships, to connect. If it's not your loved one, you have the relationship maybe with your children, maybe with people, school or wherever you go. But it is relationship that you develop. So some people, it doesn't matter skin color. See what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. If they're not of value, they're not of value. It doesn't matter of their skin color. Don't judge a relationship based on their skin color, because everybody bleeds the same. We have different cultures, but we are all looking for the same thing in the end, which is peace of mind, a good family, a good household, right? And good relationships amongst the society, so you can live peacefully and be respected. And of course, all those things take time and effort, but it's possible for you to achieve that goal. It's very much possible. See what I'm saying? To be creative, you shouldn't let somebody limit your creativity. Shouldn't somebody limit your self-expression, right? I'm an artist. I'm a musician. I'm not saying that because I'm just saying that. Everybody knows. If you don't believe me, type in exactly my name, right? My name is Elvis Dua, or DJ More Life. You can see what I'm doing. There is fans for all of what I'm doing. Or else, check out how much followers, how much subscribers, how much views. And if you like what you see, support. You know, because supporting somebody is a good sign that you care for what they're doing. But if you're with a partner that has a problem with your connectivity, with your relationship, with what you're doing or what you love to do, that is the wrong person for you. They're there to stop you from growing. See what I'm saying? Because people do think like that. You know, where they don't want you to do anything. But when you don't do anything, they complain. See what I'm saying? There's people like that. So at the end of the day, you got to see what is real and what is not real. You see what I'm saying? Some people are just not meant to be like married or anything. They're just not meant to be. See what I'm saying? Not everybody. So you just got to go on. And so that's what's happening. But sometimes you could be tied up in relationships where you have kids and it's a lot harder to move on because it's a lot more to prepare. You can't just pick up and leave. You have to prepare. See what I'm saying? So that everything is okay and put in place. But you got to do what is healthy for you, what is good. You can't be you can't be in a relationship where it's like there's no progress. Not progress as in terms of finance or anything, but there's no progress in understanding intellectually. You know? It's almost like it's always an argument when the conversation gets advanced. You see what I'm saying? Find one that has the same type of mentality you do and understand the way you are. Right? Don't find a partner that wants everything to revolve around them. Right? If it doesn't revolve around them, then it can't happen, or there's problems, or they'll destroy what you have or try to. That's just a person that is trying to keep you down like an oppressor, right? They don't see, right? Not they don't see. They don't understand how you're able to be resilient and continuously move forward. They don't see that. And they don't understand that what you love is what motivates you and drive you. These things, if it's not understood, then the relationship is weak. See what I'm saying? Sex is something, it happens and then it goes. So after sleeping, after what, 50th time or 60th time sleeping, would you not get tired? Would you not be bored if the relationship don't go anywhere, it's just sex? After a while, you're going to consider that you want more, because you want to have an individual that it's for you. Because you see, it's more than that. Your vibrations have to be the same level in order for you guys to think the same. Your understanding has to be on the same level. Because when things hit the fan, right? The connectivity and the bond and the trust is what needs to come into place in order for everything to go smooth, in order for things to work out. These things happen often. Be careful who you get into a relationship with, because not everybody is meant to be in a serious relationship. Do you see what I'm saying? They could only be for a time period, like temporary relationship people, right? After a while, they realize that, maybe they don't understand the efforts right? They don't understand how society works. So they're always trying to, do things to keep you still, but you can't have that. Can't be in a relationship where the other doesn't want to allow you to grow. God blesses you at a specific time for a reason. Maybe this thing that I was doing, maybe if I started to do it years ago, right, I wouldn't even be able to do it this well. Because years ago, pandemic wasn't here, sin still wasn't really, people going out, moving around, everything was good, right? But now the pandemic hit. But even though that was bad because it held back everything, it's sort of good for me in some ways because I could take some positive things and say, well, this is what I was able to bring up. This is what I was able to do. And because of what I put into place, right, now I'm getting the results. And of course, there's a lot more work because it's only me that's trying to put things together. But I'm trying to involve my kids because what kind of father would I be if I'm not trying to involve my kids in something that could benefit them later on? Right? Fine. Even if, let's say, even they do want to do music, you know what I mean? But let's say they didn't want to do music. You still learn how to make it. You still learn how to do things, how to put things together, right? And you'll learn how to present yourself in front of people. Because it teaches you self-presentation, self-respect, self-discipline, right? How to handle pressure when it's hard to do that. It teaches you all these things. Things that will impress God. Because you're special. Everybody has their abilities. Everybody has their purpose. If you don't practice when you're around the environment that's supposed to help you excel, right? Then when the time comes for you to use the skills that you should have learned years ago, you will lack because you did not study. You don't study for a test. Most of the time, you won't pass. And if you do pass, maybe you keep encounter that knowledge or that test somewhere in similar ways, right? These things happen. So just remember, love what you do. Make sure you do. Make sure, right, you put in the effort to see how far it can go. Because if it could not do anything, it wouldn't form in the first place. And maybe the great opportunity will come where I get my chance to show the world what I can do. We have these platforms right now, right? I have a couple of, donations. Like donation to the Heart and Stroke Foundation. I also have donation to music, like international musicians, right? They created a sort of foundation where what you do is you donate and it goes to, entrepreneur musicians. Do you see what I'm saying? Internationally. And what I do is I want to support them. So I have placed, that symbol and the link on my Spotify page in order for people to contribute to, musicians that are like, in third world countries because, they're trying to, get noticed, but we all know showbiz equals money. You need money for showbiz, right? And so any amount helps. There are programs that are happening that are changing the way we make music, right? However, you still need money. You see what I'm saying? So if you guys find in your heart, my birthday is coming up, 22nd on Facebook. You could check the link in my bio, my link tree, everything, and see all of those things there, right? It's Black History Month still. I mean, you can donate as well to Black youth on my link tree. And, all of these are foundations that help the need. So if you do that, say, it's not coming to me directly. None of the money, none of those foundations that I mentioned, not even a penny's coming to me. It's all going to them, right? I set it up because it's a cool idea. I do it every year, I've been doing it so far. So this is the time for it to sort of mention it to you guys, right? So if you find in your heart and you check out my profile, you can donate to them. It's not going to me, it's going to them. I feel like we need to help them because music creates life. It creates a world. We know based on the vibrations it gives off. We know based on the chemistry it's able to, put together. So all these things help. You see what I'm saying? Which is good because if these things help, then you can, become better as a musician or as an artist, regardless of what you're doing. See what I'm saying? So donate if you can. If you can't, you know what I mean? Good words, words of encouragement, anything helps, even prayer. Praying for those who are in need also helps as well, right? So relationship, maintain a strong relationship through, your spiritual side and your mental, because your spiritual governs your entire life. So if you're looking for the right individual, right? Because not everybody's compatible due to their skin color. It's not about like you won't be compatible if, oh, I'm black, you're black. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to look deeper. See what I'm saying? It's what's the purpose? Why are you guys together? Do you guys complement each other? Do you guys understand each other? Because if that is not discussed, right, and that is not understood, the relationship will come to a stall. It will be still. Because after a while, you get tired of having sexual relations. And then the nagging and the arguments, all of those things will start to come in play because it's not deep. There's no depth to the relationship. See what I'm saying? Imagine reading a book and there's no depth to it, right? There's no exciting, there's no drama in the book, there's no action part in the book, right? It's very difficult to read a novel when, they don't have the climax is not high. Very difficult. So find, one with good. You see what I'm saying? Because remember, it's very important that you learn these skills, that you become an expert so you can pass it on. Everybody make mistakes. That's how you learn. However, don't let the mistake become a next mistake and the next one. Keep jumping from one angle to the next. Because a lot of times, right, old relationships carry baggages and you can carry them to the new one. You see what I'm saying? And we all know how that goes. It could be a difficult road. So yeah, that's what it is. Relationships. Make sure you find a good person to be with. An individual, your companion. If you're a man, you're finding a good woman that's intellectual. Don't focus so much on the future because the future could be, appealing, but that could be the only thing that they have to offer you. They can't help you. Matter of fact, they're the ones who dragging you down. See what I'm saying? And that's not a matter of, oh, misunderstanding, but it's just a matter of if you're not capable of handling the position, then you have to let it go. See what I'm saying? And just have confidence. Stay motivated, guys. Relationships are cool, but they can also, right, create a lot of problems if you don't decide to stay focused. You know? You don't decide to take it seriously, right? Because think about it. Love can only grow if situations present themselves to give you an opportunity to grow, because it's an opportunity to grow your trust. If you grow your trust, then you'll be able to also, you know, be able to grow your love, because it will bring, you know, positive energy and positive flow of progress throughout your life. You see what I'm saying? Thank you for listening to my live segment, right? I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like, comment, share. And of course, stay motivated. Because no matter what is going on, motivation is something that you should find within yourself. See what I'm saying? Because if you find motivation within yourself, you'll be able to progress, you know, far beyond your understanding. See what I'm saying? So thank you guys for listening. Have a great day, guys. Have a nice weekend and enjoy yourselves.